So, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, hello, good day, if you're from Australia. Lynn here from the Learn English Network, amongst our menagerie. And, oh, it was so funny last night. We ended up in the swimming pool. Don't ask me why, in Speakeasy. But for certain reasons, to do with dress code, we ended up at the swimming pool, and we were playing a little game. And then Zom noticed the animals, and from the swimming pool, if you look up to the hill, the animals are looking down on you. It's really funny. It was like they were watching us in the swimming pool. It was quite amusing. Anyway, so April, you mentioned something. Lots of changes to the calendar. Oh, April?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. In Spotlight this morning, I did explain everything, but I was kind of explaining it to myself. But I will put the video up, which explains what changes have been made and what's going to a few other changes that will take place. Okay, so it's just down to my time and the number of participants. I've had to make a decision. Okay, if that's the way it is, I'll just pull those back because, I used to do one session a week, and that was fine. It works for me. Then people asked me to do more, and then they asked me to do more, and now it's like I think I need to do less. Okay, so do check I was saying to Shiny earlier before I started streaming, check the calendar, see what sessions have been impacted. Some are staying the way they are, some have moved time, and some are disappearing. Okay, there will be more pop-up sessions though, so don't panic. Make sure you're on Discord. Keep your eye open for pop-up sessions which will not appear on the calendar. Okay?
Was the spotlight also a pop-up session this morning, Lynn? Because I didn't know that.
No, Spotlight was on the was in the calendar.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
see that in the
Oh,
calendar.
well, it was definitely there because I did check.
Oh,
Let me just check
okay.
again.
9 o'clock, anything but the Beatles. 11 o'clock, mash up.
That's that's the radio. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have all in one calendar, eh?
okay. Well,
And then on
if you
3 o'clock,
if you
one.
check the stream. Okay, if you actually check the stream from this morning's session, I shared the calendar and it specifically says for Learn English Online, Spotlight on LEN, 10 a.m., Webinar Jam, Google Hangout. Okay, so it was there, honestly. But anyway, never mind. We're in a different session now. It doesn't matter. We're in another session now with our menagerie. And last week, can you remember what we read and talked about?
I remember the last things that we have seen was the picture of a family
Yeah.
in Kilimanjaro. They keep four, not zebra, again.
No,
Oh my
you've not
goodness.
remembered. He's
Giraffe.
standing right in front of you.
Yeah, giraffe.
Giraffe,
I
not
always said
giraffe.
zebra.
Giraffe. Yeah, I don't think I've got a
Giraffe.
zebra. Actually, that's a very good point. Have I got a zebra? I've got a presenter screen that's called zebra, and I've got a zebra. Here, I'll put this down. Here. Okay. There you are, a zebra rug. This poor old zebra didn't run fast enough. He got turned into a rug. Completely different pattern.
You said a zebra. You said my zebra.
Well, I haven't got a zebra, so we'll have to do with his skin, his hide. But you're quite right. Yes, we looked at, or we read about people who keep exotic pets, and people who really do, for whatever reason, like to have these exotic animals as I'm not even sure you can call a giraffe a pet. This is the thing. Exotic pet, not really. A pet, when you say pet to me, I think in the house. Well, for a giraffe, you would have to really have a huge house with very tall ceilings. Very high ceilings, I should say. Oh dear. Anyway, there are other less exotic pets than a giraffe. And one of them, which you might have heard of or not, I don't know.
Sorry,
Yep.
Lynn.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes,
sorry,
yes,
sorry.
yes.
I have got a message from Nina to
Oh,
she need a teleport, but I can't. Why I can't send any teleport from here? Lynn? Maybe it's it's gray. It's not
this has
click.
happened to me, and it's the way they've set up
Okay.
it's the way they have set it up. And yeah, it's the way they've set up their preferences. So I haven't even got her in my friends list now for some reason. I don't know why. That's weird. Okay, so she's maybe not online properly. Where is she? Do you know? Is she
I
in the
don't know.
sim?
Let me see in the map. No,
I'll send gosh.
no.
I will send a notice. Say today's session. Okay, we are on we're on tabletop. We're at tabletop. Okay. So I will send that, and hopefully she'll be able to use that to find us. But I can't even see her in the in chat or in my connections for some reason. People set their preferences up so that people can't invite them and people can't contact them, and then yeah, it can be that you just can't get in touch with them. You can't send them an invitation. You can't do anything. So please be aware of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's weird because I can't see her in my contact in my friends list either. So maybe something is not going well with her
With her
account.
account or with her connection. It can be the connection that she's not actually logged in. That can also impact. That's why I would say log in via Kitely and log in via your viewer. Okay, but hopefully she'll get that message. If you got a message from her and you can reply, just cut and paste the URL from or the coordinates from the top bar, okay, where it says Tabletop Learn English Network Academy 486154452. If you cut and paste that to her in a message, then hopefully she'll be able to join us.
Okay. if she arrives, I think she will arrive at my lap.
On your lap.
On my lap.
On your lap, maybe. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's carry on because we've got to get through this one today. I don't want to do it again. So another pet that's not as exotic as a giraffe and much more likely to be kept as a pet is the chinchilla. Have you heard of a chinchilla?
There's a dog, a small dog.
No, that's a chihuahua. Okay.
Chinchilla, not the...
A chihuahua. I just had to check how it's spelt. No, from Shine. Okay, let me share you. They're very cute. They're quite small. So from the ridiculously large giraffes and elephants to the chinchilla, who's actually quite cute. Okay. Can you see the picture?
It looks like a rabbit.
It's
Is it a
well,
rabbit?
it's not a member of the rabbit family. No, it's actually a rodent. Okay, and its ears are a little rabbit-like, I suppose, but they're not as long as a rabbit's. Okay,
It's like a hamster, Lynn.
it's more like a hamster, yeah, but it's bigger. Okay. Oh, hello. What's going on? Oh, that's weird. You're bouncing around again, April. For some reason, when you moved, it moved my camera. That was weird. That was strange. Okay, let's see
Have you
if
missed
Nina's
me?
Nina's nearby. That's good. Okay.
Have you missed me? I was somewhere else.
Yeah,
I don't know what
you went to Nina. I think Nina's down there. So let me just go and see if I can see her. I don't know what's going on with her avatar though, because it's still not showing up. Nina, we're up here. Can you see me? Try flying up, 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 up. So fly and then fly along to the giraffe. You must be able to see the giraffe. It's quite difficult to miss. Here she is. Hi, Nina. Don't know what's going on with your avatar,
Hi.
but none of us could contact you directly. So you need to set your preferences a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Anyway, welcome, welcome. We were just talking about chinchillas. Shiny hadn't heard of them, neither had April. And I shared a picture to one. I shared the link to a picture of one. Okay. Have you ever seen or had or know of people who've had a chinchilla as a pet?
No, I don't.
Okay, let me close the owl down. Who clicked on the owl? Okay. No? What about Nina? Have you ever heard of the chinchilla? Okay, so Shiny. Oh, I think. Oh, Nina's crashed again. Okay, I think she's got connection problems. So lovey. Shiny, you were the first one to speak to me today. If you would like to read a little about the chinchilla, okay?
Yes. Ah, look at the face. Isn't that just the cutest? Chinchillas make a really good house pet for the average small family. The name, though, sounds more like a Mexican cocktail. Keeping that Mexican energy note, these rodent, rodent, rodents are perky little energy balls, making good pets for teens and above, being lightweight and very fragile. The chinchillas dip like a flash if left loose in the house. They are, however, very sensitive to too tight grip and can bite if provoked. The best thing about these pets is their thick layer of fur, and they make hardly any sound, proving to be an excellent low maintenance pet.
Very good. Well done. Hang on a second. Okay. Oh, that stupid owl. Close him down. Don't click on the owl, please. Okay. So, first word, rodents. Rodents. Try it.
Rodents.
That's it. Do you know what makes a rodent? We were talking about different animals, carnivorous, herbivorous. What kind of animals do we call a rodent? Why do they get called rodents?
Mouse. Because their teeth, they use their teeth to how to say, to bite, to chew.
To gnaw.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, they gnaw. They're gnawers. And their incisors, that's the front teeth, continually grow. That's why they gnaw. Okay? Because they need to keep wearing their teeth down. If you've ever seen a rabbit who's been given the wrong kind of food, where his teeth just keep growing, they have to go to the vet and have their teeth actually cut. I don't know, what would it be like if your teeth continually grew? Is that a good thing? I guess it would kill dentures, wouldn't it? But if you had to file your teeth every morning instead of brushing them, I don't know. What do you think, April?
I will be as a female giant. No, yeah, a giant with a female with a giant teeth. So I
Female
will
with giant teeth. Yeah, I don't know. I can see the benefit of it in that you don't need dentures, but I can see the negative side as in having to tell your children to don't forget to file your teeth tonight before you go to bed. And then the sound. Oh no, I know exactly. Okay, so that's a rodent. Now then the other word is fragile. Welcome back, Nina. So fragile. On and on the rain will fall like leaves from the stars. Try it, Shiny.
Fragile.
That's it, yeah. And the last one, maintenance. Maintenance.
Maintenance.
Very good. Well done. I'll have to get rid of him if he keeps on doing that. In fact, I'll do it now because he's driving me nuts. There you go, he's gone. He's flown away. It should be asleep, it's daytime. Okay, so, any questions about the chinchilla?
How big is that then, Lynn? Do you know that? As big as a hamster?
Bigger. Generally, by weight, let's have a look. I'm not sure. I know they're slightly bigger. So, about between 0.5 kilogram and 1.5 kilograms. Okay. Whereas a hamster is generally about 25 grams. So if that gives you an idea of the size. They're a handful, whereas a little hamster will sit on the palm of your hand. A chinchilla is a handful, okay?
But not all hamsters is that little. My first hamster was as big as how many kilo is that? I think 2 kilos.
No way.
Is
That
that
was
not
not
a
a
hamster then, you see?
Well,
my
I
goodness.
don't know. I'm not an expert. I think you had a rat with.
No.
I'd be very surprised. I'm not a hamster expert, okay? I am not a hamster expert. It may be that it just was a big fat hamster, but I've never heard of a 2 kilogram hamster. How big was it sort of in length? How long was it from top to tail?
My hamster,
Yeah.
20 centimeter long and 15 centimeter high. Yeah, yeah. From the feet to the back.
Okay.
If he yeah.
I mean,
That's
we
not
only
so
had
so big.
normal hamsters. It sounds like you had a mutant hamster. But really, 100 to 200 grams is maximum, as far as I know.
Yeah, that is the hamster which my son had. The
Yeah.
one you saw the picture.
So do you know
Yeah,
what,
that is
what kind of hamster
uh-huh.
you had? Did you know what? Was it a
It
Syrian
was
or a
it was
Russian?
not. Oh, I don't know because it is born here in Belgium.
Belgian
It
hamster.
is, yeah.
Okay, Russian hamsters. Let's have a look. Might be a Russian hamster. No, 30 grams. Honestly, I've never heard of a 2 kilogram hamster. Are you sure it wasn't a rat? So maybe it was a rat. Somebody had chopped its tail off, and you thought it was a hamster. Oh, have you got any photographs of it?
I don't know. Maybe I will look for it
Please,
because it
please
was a
do look.
long time ago. Yeah, because I have a big cage for it, and I know when we got it, it is small. It is half as big as that one, and after a couple of weeks, months, when it died, it was as big as a rat. Yeah, as big as a rat.
Oh my goodness.
Because my son called his hamster as a dwarf hamster.
Yeah, but I mean, I honestly don't know. I really don't. I don't know whether it would be just there's a different kind of hamster. We always had the small one. That's all I can say. There might be another kind of hamster out there that might come to 2 kilos. Maybe. Okay, I'm just looking. There is a thing called a Syrian hamster. But even they tend to be different, smaller than 2 kilos. Interesting. Do check up, see if you know what kind of hamster it was.
Okay.
Because yeah, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert at all. The Syrian hamster. That looks like quite a handful, though. Maybe it could get that
Yeah,
big.
we buried it in the garden, in our garden, but it was in my old house, so I can't go there and
No, don't do
how
that. Yeah, I'm looking up the golden hamster or Syrian hamster, and that's what we had. We had golden hamsters, but maximum weight for an adult is 120 grams, not 2 kilograms. Are you sure? You mean 2 kilos? That's a bag of sugar. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that
Oh
it's
my lord!
as big as that. Yeah.
I'm wondering if you had a guinea
We
pig.
had to bury that in a shoes box, my shoes box. So it's quite big, eh?
That is big, yeah. Sure, it wasn't a guinea pig, not a hamster. Guinea pigs can get that big. Okay, well look, let's move on. The mystery of April's hamster. If anybody out there knows about giant mutant hamsters in Belgium, please let us know. Okay, so for April, an unusual, what I would not call a pet, but an unusual critter. And again, what kind of critter is it? That's the big question. And that is the scorpion. Now, would you think of a scorpion as being a good pet?
I don't think so. For me, not. Of course, yeah. I will be. I fear. I will be frightened of it. First of all, they said that scorpion is poisonous.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. And they can bite. Huh? I can imagine how sharp their hands is.
They
Their
don't
nails.
have hands. They don't have nails.
What is?
Okay, so what do we call? They have something that the same word we use for crabs. Okay, so at the front, at the back, the tail, they have a sting. Yeah, that's what can poison you. The sting. And at the front, they've got these two grabby things, which we call pincers.
Pincers, yeah.
Pincers. And that's the same with crabs. Crabs have pincers. Scorpions have pincers. Now, what kind of animal is a scorpion? Is it a reptile? Is it a mammal? Is it a rodent? Any idea?
It's an insect?
It's not an insect, no. I mean, it doesn't fly. It's got no wings. Thank goodness. Can you imagine flying scorpions? Okay, it's the same kind of animal.
The same as spin, the same as spider.
That's
spider.
it, yeah. It's the same as a spider, exactly. So I was just going to get our little friend from over here. Now, what is a spider, though? What is a spider? Let's put him on the rug. Okay. Flying spiders. And it's not even Halloween now.
Arachnoidea.
We tend to say arachnid. Arachnid. Okay? And that's why we have the phobia of spiders is called arachnophobia. Fear of spiders is called arachnophobia. You might have heard that word. But arachnid is like the grouping. Okay? And it has these pincers and a sting. And it looks a little bit like an insect because it's got these, it's got more than 4 legs. It's got 8 legs, I think, like a spider, an arachnid. Okay? Okay, so, April, if you would like to tell us a little bit about scorpions as pets.
Okay, let's face it, they tend to make very unique pets and look like something out of the devil's nightmare. Before I even begin, scorpions hold a lot of physiological power that comes associated with their sight. Astrologically, often resembling strength, is a strong reason for owners to keep as their preferred best exotic pets. Scorpions can sting from their stinger and definitely hurt their owners. Unlike others, scorpions are a definite no-show for children, requiring expert care and handling from experienced individuals. Despite their unappealing looks, scorpions can often be found in various pet shops. Okay. If they want.
Okay, nicely read, but not unappearing. Appear, disappear. Okay, but this is from appeal, to be appealing, unappealing.
Okay, unappealing.
That's it, yeah, well done. Unappealing, as in you just don't like the look of it, okay? It doesn't look very appealing. It doesn't appeal to me. And that in this context means attractive or interesting. Yeah, they don't look cuddly, do they, scorpions? But they're very popular for people who like keeping exotic pets. They are a popular choice. And I guess it's the shock factor, maybe. Oh, look at my pet scorpion, Bob. You know, I don't get it myself. Any questions? I mean, they're not recommended for children for obvious reasons.
Why they mention here astrologically? What has it?
Scorpio.
What does it have to? Scorpio, resembling strength is a strong reason for. Why is so? Because of the astrology.
Yes.
The owners will keep scorpions as their preferred best exotic pets. Yeah, is that what they want to say?
Well, they might be a Scorpio themselves, and therefore they want to keep a scorpion to show that they are Scorpio. But it's also got this reputation. Scorpio has the reputation for being very brave and resourceful. So that sort of association with positive things may make people think, oh, that's the pet for me. Remember, the zodiac, the sort of Western zodiac, it has different kinds of animals and puts different meanings to the animals that are in the zodiac to other zodiacs, like the Chinese zodiac. So if I was going to keep a pet from my stars, from my animal sign in Chinese astrology, I'd have to keep a pig. Because I was born under the boar or the pig. But I wouldn't, because I don't think pigs would make a very good pet. If I had a farm, I'd probably keep piggy wiggies. Not for bacon or anything other than they're delightful little creatures. But Scorpio, no. But maybe people who are Scorpio are attracted to keep them as a pet, maybe. Okay. Any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
All okay. So Nina, have you got voice? You're being very good. You're sitting there very quietly.
I have voice. Yeah.
Awesome. I could see a white dot, but I wasn't sure if you had voice. So we're going to give you one. Now I hope you don't mind snakes. Because this one is another unusual pet, but again very popular amongst people who like this kind of scaly thing. And that's the snake. But not any snake, not a poisonous snake. Now we don't have poisonous snakes in the UK. There's one, but it's not deadly. The adder, that does actually have poison sacs. But all our other snakes and creatures like most creatures in the UK are not that poisonous, to be honest. Now go to Australia, full of poisonous snakes, but this one isn't a poisonous snake, it's a constrictor. Now what does that mean if a snake is a constrictor? Any ideas? No?
Because it can strangle?
Yes, that's
People,
it. Well done. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Exactly. It can strangle people. It constricts them. To constrict, it can mean... Oh, let me just turn the lights back on. If something's constricted, it means it's enclosed, it can't move. And that's what the boa constrictor does. It squeezes you to death. So, again, I'm not quite sure why people want it as a pet, but what do I know? Okay, Nina, here's your text.
Okay. This is a heart attack for me. One and other person, human. Get ready to lose your girlfriend if you have one of these bad boys in your house. Unlike most snakes of the world, boas are constrictors. That means they are large and non poisonous and kill through strangling around the play. Despite being earth pets, they are quite popular animals among enthusiasts. Boas tend to grow past the 5 feet mark, more depending on the species. Considering their size, the height will grow accordingly as much. Since boas are Amazon-based, the enclosures for them are required to be high and heated to best mimic their natural habitat.
Very good, well done. Let's have a look at the words first. So the first one is pray. Your prey. Yeah, it's like the pray as in a prayer. Yeah, you pray a prayer, but with an E, and it means you are somebody else's dinner.
Like a prayer. Like a prayer music in Madonna.
That's it, yeah. But this prey, when it's written with an E, means your dinner. Okay, natural prey we often call, and it comes from the word predator. Yeah, a predator preys on its prey. So to prey is also a verb, to prey on somebody, to be predatory, and the prey. If you are the prey, you better pray the predator's not there. Okay, so and then species.
Species.
Yes, what species are we? We're humans. Homo sapiens. Species. Then the weight. You actually said the height. I don't know why, but anyway, their weight will grow as much. Okay, they grow heavier. They get huge, by the way. They can grow huge. Yeah. Then the Amazon. It should have been written with a capital A. I'm sorry about that, but Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah. Do you know where the Amazon is, everybody?
The mark?
No, not the company.
I
don't know. I wonder if Amazon sells them. Well done. It's rainforest. The rainforest. Yeah, and there's the huge river as well, the Amazon River. It's the largest, widest river in the world. Yeah. So the Amazon forest. Yeah, that's it. Not Amazon the company. Okay, and then the next one, enclosures. Enclosures.
Enclosures.
Yeah, I mean, often we talk about cages, don't we? So we had the bird cage. Yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Did I put it? Oh no, I haven't put it up yet. So you can have a bird cage. Okay. Not sure if that's going to res or not. Unable to read. Oh, couldn't find it. Oh, that's not good, is it? Oh, what a shame. Okay, that's disappeared from my inventory. I'll have to clear that out. But you have a bird cage. It's not an enclosure though. An enclosure tends to be more what you see at the zoo. You have different enclosures for the elephants. You can't keep an elephant in a cage, but you need to keep it from wandering freely. So you build it a huge, large enclosure. And quite often you'll notice that there's some kind of pit between the animals and the people, and there'll be big fences, very high fences. Now, could you keep a boa constrictor in an enclosure? Probably not. A cage, a glass aquarium is actually better, but it's got to be big and it's got to be high because they want to be high up. They want to hang from branches in their natural habitat. Okay, so enclosures. And the last one is habit with a aspirated
Habits.
H. Habit, yeah. Good habits and bad habits. Well, we'll have to do a session on bad habits one day. We can talk about what our bad habits are. Okay, very good, very nicely read. Any questions?
Habit or habitat?
No, habit.
Habits.
Oh, sorry, no, you're right. Their natural habitat. Ah, I was listening and I heard habit, but no, natural habitat. Thank you, April. Their natural habitat. Oh, we can't talk about habitats. That's not very interesting. Habits is a good one, though. I'll have to write that one down. No, the natural habitat is where you would find these creatures in the wild. Okay, so the natural habitat of the boa constrictor is the Amazon rainforest. And if you want it to be happy and healthy, you have to try to mimic the habitat. Keep it warm, keep it moist, give it enough room to grow. And I'm afraid feed it live prey. This is the thing, I could never keep these animals because you have to feed them live prey. Okay, so we're going to go back to Shiny, and Shiny, I hope you don't mind, but the little guy on the rug, he's our next pet. Can you remember what he's called? What is it? Can you look on the rug? See what it is?
Spider? The spider?
Yep, but what kind of spider? In fact, how many kinds of spiders are there in the
Black
world?
spider.
Not a black spider.
Spider.
No. It's got its own name. It's got very distinctive
The black
markings.
widow?
It's not the black widow.
Black widow?
No, it's not the black widow. It's actually quite a furry little creature. It's got little furry legs and little furry body. Sorry, again, Shiny?
I don't quite remember the pronunciation. Tarantula.
Oh, that's very close. Well done. Tarantula.
Yes, that's it.
The tarantula. Again, something very weird that people like to keep as a pet. And some people say that they can be very affectionate. Okay, so, Shiny, if you'd like to read about these affectionate spiders.
Run away instantly. Tarantulas, and in specific the Mexican red-legged one is one very bigger species kept in captivity. Their striking features are vibrant orange knees contrasted with the black body. They show good temperament and usually like to run away as the first line of defense, despite being docile. They tend to be a little skittish at times and can show aggression if provoked.
Can't we all? Can't we all, indeed? Can show aggression to be aggressive. Yes, well done. Okay, let's have a look at the individual words first. The first one, be careful, species. If you say something is specious, okay, it means it's, how could I explain it? It's not correct. It sounds like it could be true, but it isn't. Okay? So people can be specious. So species, specious. Okay? Don't confuse the two. Specious is spelt. Okay, specious. That sounds very specious to me. That's a specious argument. As in, you're trying to deceive me. You're trying to mislead me. So, species. Try it, Shiny. Species.
Species.
Good. There's a very famous saying and song. The female of the species is deadlier than the male. Have you ever heard that saying? No? Oh, I'm surprised, April, because it is a famous song. Why would we say the female of the species is deadlier than the male?
I remember your Twitter, Lynn, about...
What did I do?
Is it that one? That is, what was that again for an animal? That if they want to mate to each other, the male will goes to the body of the female and rest there for the whole life. So he is just like absorbed by the female. It reminds me of that. That is, I think, what this idiom will say. This saying will say.
That's that kind of thing. Yes. There's also the praying mantis, which after mating, the female will bite its head off. And there are spiders that will also kill their mate after mating. I guess it's one way of population control, or making sure the gene pool doesn't get too heavily infected with one genetic material. But yeah, it's that kind of thing. Yes. I'll try and find the song for you. Okay. It's a great song. Okay, Shiny. The next one. Well done. You get a smiley. In captivity. So if you're being kept in a cage, you're in captivity. Prisoners in prison are in captivity. They're not free to move about. They're not free to go where they want. Okay. Okay, the next word is docile. Docile. Some people are docile, some animals are docile. It just means just submissive, compliant. They're not aggressive. Okay? So, do you want to try it, Shiny? Docile.
docile,
Very good. Well done. And then the last one, it's a lovely word, skittish.
skittish,
Yeah. A horse, a good horse should be docile, but foals, young horses, they're very skittish.
What is that then, Linskit? Is that you change your humor, uh,
Mm,
your mood every time?
no, it's not to do with mood, it's movement. It's very easily startled and will move very quickly. Just easily scared. Not so much timid, although timid can mean easily scared, but they react by running away very quickly. Sorry, I've got a bit of a throat here. Hang on. I went out with friends last week. They got a cold, and I think I caught a little bit of it, but I'm fighting it off. I'm fighting it off. Okay, so let's see. Oh, yes, skittish. That was it. Any questions about the tarantula?
So are we afraid of tarantula then, if they are so docile and show good temperament? But it doesn't give me an impression that I can be a friend. I can be its friend.
Well, now this is something that happened to me when I was at school. Somebody who keeps these kind of pets came to the school with a boa constrictor and a tarantula, and it was to try and show the kids that they're not scary. I was amazed by the boa constrictor. He hung it round my neck, and when I was expecting it to be slimy and horrible, but it wasn't. It was smooth and silky. It was a lovely creature. Still wouldn't want to keep one as a pet. And then he got this tarantula out, and he put the tarantula on our hands. And in all honesty, as long as you didn't, you shouldn't scare them, because they will bite if they're scared. But it liked the warmth of my hand, and it just sat there doing its spidery leg waving stuff. And it was quite cute, actually, because it is furry. It's not like one of those spindly spiders you find in the house. It was kind of like an 8-legged hamster, if you like. Have any of you ever handled a snake or a spider or anything else exotic? I don't mean kept, but handled, as in being able to touch or interact with.
I'm even very sensitive for gummy tarantula. The gummy one. The big
But the ones you get in the packets.
if you yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Now, another pet that people keep. Oh, I've got to keep an eye on the time. Okay. We'll stop there then, I think. But are there any of these pets around us that you would? Let's stand up and let's walk about. Any of these animals that you would actually like to keep as a pet? No, never, really. You don't fancy your own pet tiger?
Or
But
anyone.
but if they are small, they are still little, they are cute.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't. But how to keep them uh, always little? That is the problem.
Okay.
Because yeah.
Well, we've solved it with dogs through breeding because, of course, all the breeds of dogs we looked at in the Back to Basics session, dogs come in so many different sizes, and you can get the toy and the miniature dogs. So maybe if we bred them for long enough, we could get miniature elephants, toy elephants, perhaps.
I have
Have
a
you seen?
twister hat.
Oh, sorry.
So
I
carry
have
on,
a
Nina.
twister hat. I don't know if it's exotic or not exotic, but I have a little rat.
A little rat. Oh yeah, I like rats. Are cute. Rats are actually
Yeah.
very sweet creatures, and you know a lot of they get a bad reputation because of the sewer rat, and the Black Death, of course, in Europe was caused by rats with their fleas, I'm afraid. But they're really clean little creatures when you keep them
Little
as a
clean.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Take a shower every time.
Yeah.
It's more clean than me.
It's
Cleaner than
cleaner,
me.
cleaner
Yeah,
than
yeah.
me. There you are.
Cleaner. It's cleaner than me.
Let's give you a little ratty.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your little ratty. But I know somebody who had a rat as a pet and kept it on his shoulder. It just, you know, he took it well, he didn't take it. It went everywhere with him on his shoulder, and if it wanted to, you know, do its business, it would squeak, and he'd let it down on the ground. It would go and do its business, and then it would come and run up and sit on his shoulder again. It was an amazing creature. It really was an amazing animal. I still don't like their tails very much, though. The tails are a bit scaly.
Oh, little rat.
Yeah, little rat for you.
Uh,
Well, not when
Mine
I
is
not when I say
rat with,
exotic.
yeah. But mine is white with red eyes.
Okay, yeah,
It's a
that's.
twister.
I'd say pink
Right,
eyes, white with pink
Yeah.
eyes. Yeah.
So she is so loved. Oh no, see me. What? Oh, sorry. I just look. Oh, sorry.
Poor little ratty got squashed.
Oh my god.
Okay. But yes, I think they
love
make
rats.
lovely pets. If I couldn't have a dog, maybe I'd consider having a rat. I think they're more interesting than mice, actually. April wrote mice, but not rats. But mice are a bit thick, and rats are very intelligent. You can even teach rats tricks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But rats live in the sewer, and
The sewer.
mice not sewer, but not mice.
No, that's because
So
all the
I
rats
think
are there. By the way, you will find mice in sewers. You can find mice in sewer pipes. Okay. But anyhow.
But have you seen the picture of the mammoth, pygmy marmoset?
Yes, I saw
Pygmy
what you
marmoset?
you
Oh.
posted. So cute. But really, it's
so small.
yeah. I don't know.
It's
Keeping
just one
monkeys,
thumb.
Keeping monkeys is, to me, again, they make great pets, but to me they're wild animals. They shouldn't be kept as pets.
Yeah, because it is every time they want to have one of those pygmy marmoset, they have to kill the mother. So how many mothers are killed there?
That's the big issue. As I say, I love animals. I love most animals, apart from ticks and big fat black flies in my house. Don't love them. And botflies, I'm not keen on them either. But no, most animals, I can see their place in the world, and we need to provide them with the habitat. But when I see people with exotic pets, I sometimes think it's just an affectation. They're just showing off. Oh, look what I've got! Aren't I interesting? Well, no, not really. That animal. If you love that animal, oh, I love them so much. I want to protect them. I want to keep them. Well, if you love them that much, you protect their habitat and support the animal in that way so that it can continue living as it should, not as a pet. But there you go. That's a different topic, not to do with vocabulary. Anyway, we will leave pets there, I think. And next week we will look at. Actually, Shiny did a great job, and some of you did a great job on the finance. So I think we'll look at the finance vocabulary next week, okay? And see what happened to our embezzler. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Goody goody. Now, don't forget, check the calendar. Today's TGIF is now, TGIF has now moved to 5 o'clock. So if you're going to come along at 5, okay? It's just to give me a bit more of a break, and so I can sit and chat with you without going, oh, I've got to go, I'm in TGIF in 20 minutes. You too, Shiny. Have a good one. And I will see you next week, I'm sure. Check the calendar. Okay. Some of the things have disappeared, some have moved, and keep an eye open on Discord for any pop-up sessions. Okay. Take care then. Thanks for coming. Well done, Nina. You made it. Good job. And well done. Oh, but we really cannot. In fact, I'll show you when I go to your avatar. Okay. Let me get you. You are in the group, I'm sure, but let me just check. Okay. Yep, they're already in the group. You're definitely in my friends, but when I go to you and I try to oh no, it's there. I can do off a teleport now. Earlier it wasn't working, was it, April?
No,
Yeah,
it was grey.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe you
I
weren't
request
fully.
for you.
Maybe you weren't fully in the world when we were trying to contact you, but that's why I sent the group message, because you can receive those even if you're not logged in. If you just logged into Kitely, you'll get the message, or if you've got it set up, you can get it as an email. So that's why I sent it you to say, well, we know you're trying to get to us, but we can't let you in because we can't contact with you.
Yeah. But Nina has logged out and logged in again. That's why maybe.
Yeah.
The first time it was it didn't work.
Yeah. So something had gone a bit awry. It's probably just the connection. Okay, mystery solved.
Yeah.
Good. Take care then. Bye. See you. Have a good
Bye
one.
bye. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Giraffe.
I
Not
always said zebra.
Giraffe. Yeah, I don't think I've got
Giraffe.
a zebra. Actually, that's a very good point. Have I got a zebra? I've got a presenter screen that's called zebra, and I've got a zebra. Here, I'll put this down. Here. Okay. There you are, a zebra rug. This poor old zebra didn't run fast enough. He got turned into a rug. Completely different pattern.
Is that a zebra? Is that my zebra?
Well, I haven't got a zebra, so we'll have to do with his skin, his hide. But you're quite right. Yes, we looked at, or we read about people who keep exotic pets, and people who really do. For whatever reason, like to have these exotic animals as, I'm not even sure you can call a giraffe a pet. This is the thing. Exotic pet, not really. A pet, when you say pet to me, I think in the house. Well, for a giraffe, you would have to really have a huge house with very tall ceilings. Very high ceilings, I should say. Oh dear. Anyway, there are other less exotic pets than a giraffe. And one of them, which you might have heard of or not, I don't know.
Sorry, Lynn.
Yep. Yes,
Sorry,
yes,
sorry,
yes,
sorry.
yes.
I have got a message from Nina. She need a sleeper in my contact in my friends list either. So maybe something is not going well with
Her account or with her connection. It can be the connection that she's not actually logged in. That can also impact. That's why I would say log in via Kitely and log in via your viewer. Okay, but hopefully she'll get that message. If you got a message from her and you can reply, just cut and paste the URL from or the coordinates from the top bar, okay, where it says Tabletop Learn English Network Academy 486154552. If you cut and paste that to her in a message, then hopefully she'll be able to join us.
Okay. If she arrives, I think she will arrive at my lap.
On your lap.
On my lap.
On your lap, maybe. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's carry on because we've got to get through this one today. I don't want to do it again. So, another pet that's not as exotic as a giraffe and much more likely to be kept as a pet is the chinchilla. Have you heard of a chinchilla?
There's a dog, a small dog.
No, that's a chihuahua. Okay.
Chinchilla, not that?
A chihuahua. I just had to check how it's spelled. No, from Shine. Okay, let me share you. They're very cute. They're quite small. So from the ridiculous, some are disappearing. Okay. There will be more pop-up sessions though, so don't panic. Make sure you're on Discord. Keep your eye open for pop-up sessions, which will not appear on the calendar. Okay?
Was the spotlight also a pop-up session this morning, Lynn? Because I didn't know that.
No, Spotlight was on the was in the calendar.
No, I didn't see that in the calendar.
Well, it was definitely there because I did check.
Oh.
Let me just check again.
9 o'clock, anything but the Beatles. 11 o'clock,
That's the radio. Okay.
Yeah, but that I have all in one calendar.
Okay, well,
and then on
if you
3 o'clock.
If you check the stream, okay, if you actually check the stream from this morning's session, I shared the calendar and it specifically says for Learn English Online, Spotlight on LEN, 10 a.m, Webinar Jam, Google Hangout. Okay, so it was there, honestly. But anyway, never mind. We're in a different session now. It doesn't matter. We're in another session now with our menagerie. And last week, can you remember what we read and talked about?
I remember the last things that we have seen was the picture of a family
Yeah.
in Kilimanjaro. They keep 4, not zebra, again.
No, you don't remember it.
Giraffe.
Standing right in front of you.
Yeah, giraffe. A teleport, but I can't. Why I can't send any teleport from here? Maybe it's it's grey. It's not clear.
This has happened to me, and it's the way they've set up it's the way they have set it up, and it's the way they've set up their preferences. So I haven't even got her in my friends list now for some reason. I don't know why. That's weird. Okay, so she's maybe not online properly. Where is she? Do you know? Is she in the sim?
Let me see in the map. No,
I'll send, gosh,
oh,
I will send a notice. Say, today's session. Okay, we are on we're on tabletop. We're at tabletop. Okay. So I will send that, and hopefully she'll be able to use that to find us. But I can't even see her in the in chat or in my connections for some reason. People set their preferences up so that people can't invite them and people can't contact them, and then yeah, it can be that you just can't get in touch with them. You can't send them an invitation. You can't do anything. So please be aware of that.
yeah,
Okay.
it's weird, because I can't see her.
So good afternoon, good evening, good morning, hello, good day, if you're from Australia. Lynn here from the Learn English Network, amongst our menagerie. And it was so funny last night. We ended up in the swimming pool. Don't ask me why, in Speakeasy. But for certain reasons, to do with dress code, we ended up at the swimming pool, and we were playing a little game. And then Zom noticed the animals, and from the swimming pool, if you look up to the hill, the animals are looking down on you. It's really funny. It was like they were watching us in the swimming pool. It was quite amusing. Anyway, so April, you mentioned something. Lots of changes to the calendar. Oh, April?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. In Spotlight this morning, I did explain everything, but I was kind of explaining it to myself. But I will put the video up, which explains what changes have been made and what's going to a few other changes that will take place. Okay, so it's just down to my time and the number of participants. I've had to make a decision. Okay, if that's the way it is, I'll just pull those back, because I used to do one session a week, and that was fine. It works for me. Then people asked me to do more, and then they asked me to do more, and now it's like I think I need to do less. Okay, so do check I was saying to Shiny earlier before I started streaming, check the calendar, see what sessions have been impacted. Some are staying the way they are, some have moved time, and